Spotify has this feature that not many people know about. It's called Music and Talk, and it allows you to create your own curated playlist. But the catch is that you could be talking in between the songs. So in effect, you are kind of making your own radio show. Berk used to send me links to songs that he liked, and I usually never listened to them because I was busy or just couldn't be bothered. But now he makes those nice shows on Spotify and he sends me one every couple of weeks, which put the music in context. He tells me about the songs, he talks about the artists, he talks about how that music has influenced him. And it's like really, really interesting to listen to, and it makes me want to discover more new music. So I'll let him tell you a bit about how it works and how he does it, in case you want to make one yourselves.
So, as Vasilis said, the Music and Talk feature allows you to create a podcast from a hybrid of music and spoken word. Radio show like podcasts are the first thing that comes to mind for me, and that's exactly what my show Taste Cauldron is, where you can take a playlist of songs you really like and add your own comments and context to the song that you're about to play. But there are other ones, like album breakdowns, where you could talk about and rate each track from one of your favorite albums, or genre breakdowns, where you talk about the inception and evolution of a genre and play songs that feature the main characteristics of that genre. You could also try and be more current and talk about the best songs that came out this week, for instance, or set up meditation sessions that alternate between spoken guides and instrumental pieces. Basically, put on your creative hat, and I'm sure you'll be able to think of an interesting way to combine spoken word and music. But how do you actually go about creating one, and what does it look like in its finished form? We'll show you that right now. Alright, so the first step to creating one of these Music and Talk podcasts is obviously to record your spoken word sections. The next step is to make sure that they are separate audio clips in whatever DAW you're using, and you want to export these as separate audio files. And we'll see the reason for that in a second. Just make sure that you've topped and tailed the audio clips correctly so that there's not, a few seconds of silence on either side when it switches from spoken word to music and vice versa. Then what you want to do is head to podcasters.spotify.com, and then you obviously want to log in. Then you want to select this Anchor by Spotify option. Then once you're in, you want to go to this new episode button up here and then say create an episode, and that will take you to this page. Now you want to take the clips that you've exported from your DAW and drag them onto this box over here, and you'll see that they all start uploading. And now we can start adding the music that will actually be on the episode. So the great thing is that once you log in, it will show you playlists that you have. So I definitely recommend creating a playlist, which will make it a lot easier to add all the music that you want to include in a single episode. So here we go. And as you can see, now they're in this box as well. Now all you have to do is rearrange these so that the songs and the spoken word sections are in the right order, and boom, you're done. Once you're done with this, you want to click this save episode. Then here you want to fill out some information, and then when you're done, obviously submit the episode for review, and hopefully your podcast is up within an hour or two. And so the way that these end up being shown on the UI is a bit more like an album or a playlist. So as you can see, it's separated out the spoken word sections and then the songs from Spotify that you've included. So this is a really handy way of kind of visualizing what the episode looks like. So if you're just listening to somebody else's podcast, you can also see which songs they've picked and skip through if necessary. And that's it. It's that easy. It's worth noting that only Spotify Premium customers can actually listen to the full tracks at the moment, and Spotify free customers get a 30-second clip of the song, which will undoubtedly ruin the experience a little bit for them. Also, the Music and Talk format can only be uploaded to Spotify and not to other podcasting platforms, because they're obviously taking advantage of the fact that they have the licenses for these songs, whereas printing them into an audio file and publishing them to other sites might break those licensing constraints. And if Spotify ever does lose the license for a track that you've included in one of these podcasts, it will just skip over it. So there's always the danger that some episodes end up not sounding like you intended them to. All of these could be contributing factors as to why this format hasn't blown up yet, but I still do believe there are some really, really cool use cases for this style of podcast that should be explored. Alright, now back to Vasilis.
So, I hope that was useful. Go check out Berk's show on Spotify. It's called Taste Cauldron, and it's super amazing. The link is in the description. Let us know if you liked it, and maybe share with us your own shows. See you soon on the next video.